Hello everyone, so the first big Nintendo Direct of the new year is coming tomorrow, and it looks to be a big one, 50 minutes. I think a lot of that is going to be focused on gameplay for a few things, but overall, a big 50-minute Direct. It's been a long time since we've had anything with that much potential, and they've very briefly kind of hinted at what they're going to be talking about in the Direct, but I decided to go on and hey, why not just have a little bit of fun with one of these prediction videos, which whatever, based on nothing, just more than what I think we might see, and a few things that I would hope to see that we probably won't. Those kind of wish list type things. To start off, they did mention that there's going to be some time taken up looking at games that are currently available, whether that is, I think it's going to be a combination really, to say, of a celebration of the crazy sales the Switch and Switch games like Animal Crossing and things have had over the past year. So I think it's going to be sort of a celebration of the Switch, kind of game montage, advertising a lot of things, talking about some DLC maybe for a few other existing games, a look at some more stuff for Smash Brothers. That type of thing I think is going to be more of the big intro element. Probably a few minutes based on that. We'll probably get a bit of a deeper look, maybe a little bit of more hands-on gameplay revealed with Pokemon Snap, and maybe some other small Pokemon reveal there. And then we will hopefully get a look at a few titles that will be coming out in the first half of this year. They've said they're going to look at some titles coming out in the first half of 2021, and I think it's going to be a combination of things we already know are coming out, probably like a very quick little teaser / trailer, whatever, for Nocturne, which has already been out in Japan. Quick look, probably less than a minute, like something like Shin Megami Tensei 5. I think it'll be just a few minutes of a bunch of games that we know are coming. That's kind of here, but here's a final release date, or here's what's coming the first half of the year, and then probably a handful of surprise games that we don't know anything about yet for the first half of the year. But I think the bulk of what is going to be taken up in those 50 minutes I think is going to be devoted to The Legend of Zelda. I would honestly guess out of that 50 minutes, I think like a good 20 minutes of that is going to be a combination of trailers and gameplay and talking about, one, the Breath of the Wild sequel, and two, some sort of Zelda Anniversary collection. I think, they're not going to breeze past those with the anniversary for Zelda. I think they're really going to show those off, and I think that's going to happen sooner rather than later. Maybe some sort of Zelda Anniversary collection within the next 3 or 4 months at the most. Maybe May, and then Breath of the Wild getting a definitive release date and things like that, and showing that off. I think that's going to be the bulk of what we're going to see. And as far as things I would really like to see that have a very slim possibility of showing up, but there is always a little bit of, there's a chance of some of these things. I would love to see some sort of exclusive legacy title from Sega, either a timed exclusive or completely exclusive to the Switch, something like a Sonic Adventure 3 or a Sonic Adventure 1 and 2 remaster or something like that, or Skies of Arcadia, some sort of Sega related thing, some sort of Sega legacy title, Dreamcast collection or something along those lines. I think it would be fantastic to see. There's always that potential. Maybe Secure Wars getting ported over, that type of thing. An announcement of a sequel or some kind of collection there. The big things I'd love to see from more first-party studios that might not happen, but there's always a little bit of potential. Of course, I mention all the time, Captain Toad Treasure Tracker 2. I'll be over the moon if they announce that. Like a full legitimate sequel to that game would be stellar. I would love that. If not, I would think maybe a Mario Odyssey 2. So some sort of sequel. I'm actually surprised that a Mario Odyssey 2 has not even been really openly discussed about yet. That was a huge title, and it's been enough time now that I think the Switch has to have at least 2 mainline Mario games. Maybe, but so those are ones that have potential. And the big one, though, as far as potentially happening and as far as me really wanting to see it, would of course be Xenoblade Chronicles X being ported from the Wii U, one of the biggest games on the Wii U that still has yet to be ported over. I really hope that with the success of the Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition, and then of course the continuing success of Xenoblade Chronicles 2, that would be the next step before we move into a Xenoblade Chronicles 3 type thing. That would be it. And maybe, I think it might be too soon after the Persona 5 Strikers, but possibly a Xenoblade Warriors style game, Musu style game. I think that is definitely in the cards to happen. Maybe this is too soon for that to even be announced, but I definitely think that's in the future. It would be incredible. So yeah, those are just kind of what I think we might get a look at tomorrow, and I'm hoping to be surprised. I think this could be a great year for Nintendo.